Everyone, today I'm making tomato basil pizza, and what I like to do at first is to get all of the ingredients together. By the way, pizza is one of my favorite dishes. It's one of the things that I love to eat. So today is going to be a very special treat. I'm so excited to make this today, and I hope that you will enjoy making it sometime too. So I'm going to go over the bread part, or the pizza dough part, so that we can be all good on that. So usually you could pick up these yeast. They come 3 in a packet. 1 packet is all you need. The 1 packet equals 2 1/4 teaspoons, and that's all you need. You need that. You also need to get some warm water so that you can use that for the yeast. You can use granulated sugar as well. And I have my olive oil included in here. So get your olive oil ready. You can always use salt to taste. Some people do like to use salt. I don't use it in my cooking, but it's something that you could use. And you just heard the stove. So it's preset to 400 degrees. It's getting ready to add that pizza in. We also have to have our flour. This lovely flour is from Walmart. You can get flour from anywhere. It's good to use unbleached all-purpose flour, but you can use any kind of flour that you like. There's so many different kinds that are available. And that's what you're gonna need to make the pizza dough. Now, the second part of this process is making the toppings for the pizza. And what I love about this one, it doesn't have any thick sauce. It's very healthy because it uses, again, olive oil. You can use your olive oil and it just makes a delicious pizza. So what you're gonna need is some tomatoes. Today I only have 1 tomato, but you could use however many tomatoes as you would like to cover your pizza, depending on the size, however many that you need. And then you can also use Italian seasoning. This one is also from Walmart, but you can get Italian seasoning from anywhere. And then I know a lot of people love to use the fresh garlic. That is great. I think it's wonderful. I also like to use the minced garlic. So here's the minced garlic. This one's also from Walmart, but you can use any type of minced garlic. You're gonna need some of that for the taste of the pizza. And then also another thing is grated Parmesan cheese. This is good to use as well, so we could put that in our recipe. And then I have some basil leaves, which you all saw a little bit earlier because it came up when I picked up the other things. But these basil leaves are getting a little bit bad, so I want to use them right away. So I'm going to use them in today's recipe for the pizza. So these are all the ingredients except the other cheese. I like to use mozzarella. So I have my mozzarella here. I'm going to use some of that. I'm also going to use cheddar cheese also in the pizza. Any type of cheese that you want to use is great because it's whatever you want to put on your pizza, however you want to make it. So I'm going to stop the video now and I'm going to go ahead and make the pizza dough and show you what that looks like. And then I'll also show you what it looks like once I roll out the pizza dough so that we can start putting the toppings on the pizza before we put it into the oven to cook. I'm so excited. Let's get started. Here we have our yeast and it is in the warm water. I'm also adding the sugar now and I'm getting ready to add the flour. It's about 3 cups. I use 2.5 to 3 cups of flour. Now you'll go ahead and you'll knead that flour into the water. Sometimes you might have to add water as I did. So you just look at the consistency of the flour. And once it gets to a consistency where you're able to mold it and it's not sticking to things very much, it is ready. So you could use that. And then what I did is I put flour out on the countertop, and then I used a cup actually instead of a rolling pin because I don't have a rolling pin. You can use anything that you want to roll it out. I do recommend that you do put some flour on top of what you're using to roll it out so that it can roll out a lot smoother and not stick to what you're rolling it out in. So this glass cup works really well for me. I like to use it whenever I need to roll out things. The next step is I got it ready to go onto the pizza stone. But I want to tell you one thing I found out very quickly after I took that pizza stone out of the oven. The dough began to stick to it, and it wasn't a good plan to cook the pizza on top of there. So shortly you'll see me noticing that it's sticking, and it's really important at this point to save the dough. So because you worked so hard to make it, that so that you could use it again. So once I realized that the dough was actually sticking and this wasn't going to work on the pizza stone, I ditched the pizza stone idea and used a spatula to take off the dough to save it so that I can still use it and make the pizza. We have trial and errors. We learn this all the time as we're cooking. So I'll do another video later with the pizza stone on the proper way to use it. And so now I got rid of the pizza stone and just roll that dough right back out so that we could continue making our pizza dough. Now that you've continued to roll out your dough, get it to a good consistency so that it's nice and round. We'll also go ahead and, for those of you that are interested in that, like to have crust to roll in each of the sides, this will give you a nice crust. Feel free to use any shape that you want. This is the time when you want to make a different shape that you could go ahead and do so. This one, of course, is a round one, and all of the pieces are rolled in. Next, I usually recommend to clean up the workstation throughout the time that you're cooking. Additionally, you can go ahead and take a fork and put holes inside of the pizza so that it can have those holes in it and be ready for the next steps. So let's go ahead and make the ingredients that are going to go on top. So we'll start with the tomatoes. Make sure to cut out the stems, cut them into slices, and then put them in your jar. You also would need to add the garlic at this time. You could put about 2 tablespoons. You can also add the basil leaves at this point, cut those up. You also have the Parmesan cheese that you should also add at this point as well. And then add the Italian seasoning in there. Make sure that you put some olive oil, and then you mix everything all together, and it makes an amazing aroma. It smells so good. Then you're going to put some more olive oil on the actual pizza crust. It is okay to add oil onto the actual crust at the side of the pizza because that helps to make it golden. So you could feel free to put some on there as well. So be liberal with it, put it on there, and then add your toppings. You can move around your toppings and put them, space them out accordingly on how you want them on your pizza. And then I like to add the cheese next. So feel free to put on the mozzarella and the cheddar or any other cheese that you would like to put. And now it's time to put it in the oven. So you put it in there and leave it in there for about 20 minutes. You could leave it in there a little bit longer if you would like to make the pizza more brown. And then you can go ahead, use your pizza cutter, and serve. Here I am showing you the underside of the pizza. You can see that it was cooked and it looks delicious and tastes delicious. So feel free to cut it up and serve immediately or save it for later and then heat it up. Thank you all for cooking with me today. I'm so excited that I have this opportunity to make the tomato basil pizza with cheese with you. Please like and subscribe to my channel and have a wonderful day. Thank you, everyone.